Three things to think about when you're turning 30. Well, there are about a million things when you turn 30. There are a lot of different concerns and a lot of different topics, but I really wanted to consolidate into three sections. And I bet that anything that you think about is going to come under these three sections. But it's not guaranteed, it's my personal experience. But what I would like to really know is, since I've recently turned 30, which I want to brag about, I have friends and the viewers who are watching who are, in their mid-30s or saying goodbye to 30s and entering into 40s. I want to know your views about my three things and to let me know that, has these three things stripped down to two or one, or has it increased to 4 or 5 different areas? As I said, these three things are three different sections. So whatever the things that you think about, when you're turning 30 might fall under these three sections or categories, probably. So here are the three things that I'm going to say, and it's going to come in like 10 seconds. Just hold on. Just wait for that 10 seconds. And I just want to do some impulse marketing, but I think I'm terrible at it. Okay, I'm going to say those three things that I think about, or I really think that everyone thinks about when they're turning 30. And those are: 1, health. 2nd is finance. And 3rd is time. Health, which is not just physical health, because everybody when thinks about health is about hitting the gym or taking yoga classes or trying to go and do core workouts or trying to pick up a sport and then try to be more active. I understand, you really need to sweat. That's really good. And by the way, when you say sweating, sauna doesn't count in it. A lot of people mistake. It's actually physical workout that makes you sweat. It's really good for your health, which keeps your cholesterol level under control. Your heart is in good condition, especially your blood sugar level, which is a raising concern in our generation, especially with Indian gene as well. But what I'm trying to focus is actually the mental health, which is equally important. I think slowly people are trying to realize nowadays, but then there's still far less of an awareness towards it. Mental health is really important, because if you lose your mental health or your emotional stability, that leads to making bad decisions, and that leads to screwing up your life, and you're in a crucial part of your life. Really, trust me. So you need to really focus on your emotional stability, especially with current generation where you have abundance of information over internet, which screws up your actual thought about a thing. Anything that you Google about a pain leads to cancer. Anything that you Google about your finance leads to buying bitcoins. Anything that you Google about your kid's career or kid's education leads to another investing fund, because all these are promoted using ads and other algorithms that's written to benefit some business. But that's not important. The important thing is what you think about it. What is your importance, or what is your knowledge? So you need to do research. You need to be aware of things around you. For that, you need emotional stability. So physical and emotional health, both of them are equally important. All right, the second thing is finance. When I say about finance, it's about planning your finance. What are you capable of now? What are your capabilities, and what could you do when you're in 40s, when you're in 50s? At most, if you're lucky and if you live up to 60, what is it then when you're 60? These are the things that needs to be slowly taken care of inside your brain, and you need to act based on that, because you cannot really turn things around in one day. For example, when I was young, I used to think, like when I was in my grade 5 or 6, I used to really think that, a person in the movie theater ticket counter or a bus conductor is really rich because he deals with a lot of cash. When I was in my grade 12 and my college, I used to think that celebrities really make good money because they get paid for every promotion. But as you grow older and older, you really get the difference between being rich and being wealthy. Right? There are enough videos about it. I don't need to explain about it. But do think that wealth is really important, because if somebody says that money is not important for current living and to be staying happy, trust me, they're lying, because money is important, but it's not important to an extent of your mental health or physical health, for that matter of fact. And the third thing, the most important thing, which everybody talks about, even when you're young up until you're old, is time. Time. Unless and until you're the Simbu from Manadu movie, you are not in a loop, and time doesn't wait for you. You're not that special person, so time keeps ticking. So what do you need to do? Focus on doing things. Focus on doing this. Focus on your health. Focus on your mental stability. Focus on your finances. Focus on your children's education. Focus on your career. No focus. It's not about focus. It's about dedicating the time for the right reasons. By the time you turn 30, you have refined your ideologies about what do you really like, what do you really want, and what do you actually don't care. So allocate the time based on it. Allocate enough time for yourself, for your self-motivation, for your self-hobby, which doesn't have to give you a single penny out of it. That's not important. What's important is mental health, right? So time is really important, which equates to your health. And also it equates to money, because see, there was a time when I used to spend 2 to 3 hours browsing in Amazon or Best Buy to buy the best phone cover. Really. But now I hardly spend 2 minutes, because that's not something that's my concern, right? My concern is something else, where I need to dedicate my time over there rather than just shopping around, browsing around, trying to get something or trying to find a fancy product. No, I don't really want to do that. I want to really focus on something that's important for my career. So allocating time is the smart move. So you got to really allocate time based on your needs and based on your personal priorities. So I think these are the 3 things which needs to be taken care of when you're 30, or you need to think about, right? And you might think about different aspects, but I think all these falls into these 3 sectors. But other there is anything else other than these 3 sectors, as I said before, do comment. That'll be an interesting thing to interact with. So that was the topic for today, and see you soon with another video. Until then, this is Gautam signing off. You're watching Serendipity Turf. Magilchi.